Landscape along the Mississippi River in downtown Memphis continues to change as Tom Lee Park's massive renovations enter another year. A grand opening is planned for this fall, but ahead of that, tickets are already on sale for two of Memphis in May's signature events.
That's right. Memphis River Parks Partnership spearheaded the effort to make over the park. And this morning, we are live with President and CEO Carol Coletta to get an update on their progress. Good morning. We are so happy to have you back at Live at 9. How are you?
I'm delighted to be here and delighted with the sun we're experiencing today.
Yes, and I love that jacket, by the way. Little side note. All right, oh, that's so cute. All right, let's just hop right in. The topic on everyone's mind, of course, is Memphis in May. There has been a lot of back and forth over the past year on whether it will happen at Tom Lee Park. Where do we stand this morning? Is there a contract in place? Can we expect for Memphis in May to happen at Tom Lee Park this year?
The park, I'm happy to report, is about 65% complete. We plan a grand opening on Labor Day weekend this year, which is hard to believe, 8 months away. But before the grand opening, the Memphis in May is planning, I believe, to be in the park in May for their two events. And so we'll shut down construction, let them stage their events, and then go back to work to finish the park for Memphians by Labor Day weekend.
So do you feel confident? Have we reached a resolution on the deposits on whether it's the Barbecue Fest or the music festival? I mean, are we making progress? Do you feel it's going to happen? Where are we on that right now?
Oh, I think it will happen. I think that's we have that intention, and I believe so does Memphis in May. There's not a contract that's completely worked out yet, but they've had a contract in hand that we presented to them, and I think everything will work out. There's no reason that it shouldn't. So I think Memphians will be able to celebrate Memphis in May in the park in 23, and also enjoy the grand opening Labor Day weekend.
I think that is good news for a lot of people, not only us here in Memphis, but people that are coming from out of town as well. So happy to hear that. And of course, when you're driving down Riverside these days, you see all the construction going on. I mean, almost every day they are hard at work. So where do we stand this morning on, I believe you said 65% complete. So what does that look like, and about how much farther do we have to go?
Well, it's interesting. You see so many of the major features already installed in the park. We've got the new way to get from the top of the bluff to the bottom of the banks with the Carlisle Cut Bank Bluff. That's in place. Everything's planted. It looks great. It's got a nice year to grow. We've got the playground. All the elements of the playground are now in. The surface is not done yet, but that's going to be spectacular. I think it'll be the best playground in the country. There are all these climbable river animals, river creatures that I actually took the opportunity to climb up one in a hard hat recently, and I was exhausted. So if you want to exhaust your kids or grandkids, this will be the place to come. There's food and beverage pavilions nearby, restrooms, which is really important to enjoy a park. Fabulous walking trails in the park. A wonderful floating civic canopy above sports courts underneath that will glow at night. It'll be this glowing centerpiece of the park, the Hyde canopy. The Buckman classroom will be really important on the south end so that school groups and all of us can get the most educational benefit from the park. Excited about that, and a marvelous, important piece of work based on the values exhibited by our great Memphis hero, Tom Lee, who in 1925 saved 32 people who were drowning in the Mississippi River. And the courage and humanity and generosity he showed really informed the park and its spirit. And this piece by internationally recognized Theaster Gates called A Monument to Listening. So, I mean, that...
We were just looking at some of the aerial photos, and it was looking absolutely fantastic, and I'm very excited about heading down there as well. There's been some concern also about parking. Do you have any changes in the parking structure and anything that you can share with those that are going to be going down there as far as, I don't know, making it easier on us, or there's going to be expanded parking? Where are we there?
Well, I'm looking at my window at 5 cranes right now, and a couple of them are at the Downtown Mobility Center, which is at Beale and Front. And that will be a major place for, a new place for people to park, opening this summer, that the Downtown Memphis Commission is building. There's also a garage at Butler. There's a garage associated with the residences at the Landing. So at Vance, which is our new Cut Bank Bluff entrance. So with the addition of the Cut Bank Bluff, which is ADA accessible way to get down the bluff and back up the bluff, that unlocks all of the parking that's available in downtown Memphis to visitors to the park. And the important thing about that is that the times when the park would typically be active are times when that parking is not typically active. So that's a really good combination that allows us to use that parking more intensively, which makes the parking investment make sense. So we will have some parallel parking next to the park for those who are handicapped or need, special access to the park. That will be available, but the most important thing is you've got all the parking you need and then some all through downtown Memphis. And what we want to do is create a river district that would link, for the first time ever, downtown and the riverfront.
I think a lot of people will be excited about not only parking for the park, but also downtown, as you mentioned. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And if you want to send me that jacket, just let me know. Bring it up to the station. But thank you so much. Have a good one. All right, we are going to go ahead and check into weather.